Mamata Banerjee is very busy at the IPL. She's watching all the performances out there and enjoying the glitz. And on the other hand, this incident has happened in Kolkata. My first question is to Riturbrata Banerjee of the Students' Federation of India. Mr. Banerjee, the police is trying to say that this was some kind of an accident. Eyewitnesses who spoke to me right at the top of Newshour today said it was not an accident, that he was beaten and dragged and actually hit against a lamppost. What information do you have of how Sudipto died?
Actually, the four student organizations who had given a call of this protest march, they have gathered, the students have gathered in front of the Calcutta University. There was a meeting there. After that, students marched up to Rani Rashmani Avenue, where the students were arrested. Students were put in a bus. Batch by batch, students were taken to the presidency jail. So we were the last people going in the police van. Then we have reached there. We learned from our comrades that Sudipto was in one of the buses. He was obviously in police custody because police have arrested everybody. Not only Sudipto, another 6 comrades have been severely injured. Now, as far as the case of Sudipto is concerned, we came to know the eyewitnesses were there, our other comrades were there. Police dragged the comrades from the buses, and another police constable or some home guard was there in the bus. He was also beating from there, and after Sudipto fell down, he was then again mercilessly beaten. So this is the situation that happened.
No, but Riturbrata, what is happening is that you have a straightforward denial coming in from the police, right? The police is saying this, and I will read this. Let me tell you what they are saying. They are saying that
the police is in a denial mood.
Yes.
We just want to ask a question to the police, that if it is then how did it happen? Sudipto Gupta, like other comrades, were in police custody. Then the police has to take the responsibility. If in a police custody, suddenly a student has died, then the police has to come and tell whether he committed suicide or not. Because he was in police custody like other comrades. Our 6 other comrades have been beaten up. Another comrade, their operation is going on in the Calcutta Medical College.
What if they don't refuse?
Basically is in a denial mode.
No, what if they refuse to insist? You see, I understand your sentiment. A 22-year-old student of the Netaji Jagar College, the police is saying he was hit by a lamppost and he fell, unfortunately. So you have the police claim on one side and the eyewitness account on the other. Riturbrata, what are you going to do?
Our comrades are telling when the bus was standing, then this incident is taking place. The incident took place. Then how can a comrade hit even a running bus? He can hit the lamppost if he was in a running bus. Because already, I think in your channel also, the eyewitnesses,
yes,
they have given interviews.
Yes.
A number of eyewitnesses are there.
What would you say to Mamata Banerjee's response to the incident so far, Riturbrata? I know you have to go, but my last...
This is not at all new. When Tapas Chowdhury died, at that time also the Chief Minister of the state was giving clap to the Nachiketa song. So same incident. This same incident happened. Nobody was there, even in the SSKM hospital. For the first, immediately our comrades have arranged for a vehicle and they had gone to the hospital. There also some problems were there. So this is a total callous attitude of the government, and people were in a very peaceful mood demanding the restoration of the Student Union election.
I heard you say before you came on...
up to Rani Rashmani Avenue, up to Rani Rashmani Avenue, no problem was there. Then they were taken in a bus in a police custody, and then in front of the presidency jail, this such heinous incident took place.
Well, Riturbrata, what are you planning tomorrow?
Tomorrow at morning the postmortem will be there, and after that the 4 left student organizations have decided that his body will go to his native place, at his house. Then the body will come to SFI State Center, and from State Center a mammoth procession will be there up to Kavaratala Crematorium. The procession will start at 2 o'clock, and left student organizations primarily have decided they will be announcing more programs, and those announcements will be made tomorrow.
Riturbrata, thank you very much for joining me. Nilotpal Basu, Prasenjit Bose, Ashok Vishwanathan and Sujata Bhadra, welcome into this discussion. Sujata Bhadra, you're a human rights activist. Why are you not coming out on the streets against what's happening? This is the worst violation of human rights that one can think of. Mr. Bhadra, why are you quiet? Isn't this a violation of human rights?
Yeah, absolutely, because that assuming or no, yes, assuming that police version is correct. Assuming, let us for a second assume that even then police never deny that the protesters were not arrested. So they were arrested, they were under the police custody, they are taken to the presidency correctional homes. So it is the police responsibility to arrange more buses to take the protester in a comfortable manner, not in a herd manner, not to put them in a bus where some bodies are leaning out of the gate. It's the police responsibility, it's a carelessness on the part of the police. Let us assume for a moment that he was hit by a lamp post or body was hit in a lamp post, therefore he fell down. My point is that if there are large gatherings, if the procession starts from the Calcutta University, police has already got a figure that this kind of agitators are in the procession. So they could have arranged a huge number of buses.
But it's not even about the arrangements. No, Mr. Bhadra, let's get the facts very right here. The student has been beaten up. He has been dragged. Nobody is expecting a luxury transport to the police station. He's been beaten up and he's been dragged.
To that point.
He's been dragged to the point that his head has hit a lamppost. This is not an accidental killing. I am only asking you today, Sujato Bhadra, it almost seems like I have to ask you why you are not picking up the issue. You have been at the forefront of criticizing the left government on previous occasions. But unfortunately, on this you almost seem to have been goaded. There have been 642 cases of violent clashes related to student politics in the first 5 months of the Mamata Banerjee government. Where have you been so far? Has there been one occasion on which a human rights activist like you has questioned what's happening in the Mamata government? Why are you silent vis-a-vis what's happening with the Mamata government?
We have been. Our answer, on no, please listen to me. On no, please listen to me. I am arguing that if you accept for a moment even the police version, then it's a clear case of omission on the part of the police, number one. Number two, I as a human rights activist position is that police version cannot be trusted anymore. We have been saying during last decades, after decades, police version in any case of conflict is absolutely lie. Absolutely lie.
Mr. Bhadra, I am challenging you tonight. I am Mr. Bhadra, I am challenging you tonight. Tell me 1 minute, Mr. Bhadra. No, Mr. Bhadra. What is happening in West Bengal is being discussed nationally.
I am answering.
You are not answering my question. I am asking you a fairly direct question. What is happening in West Bengal?
I'm answering. Coming to this point, have a patience. I'm answering. I'm answering. Last 2 years of the Mamata Banerjee government, there are number of gross violation of human rights, and we have been protesting against this government in our own manner. Definitely, we can submit you all the record that we have been protesting as we have been protesting previously against left-front government. We have no intention to cover up the crime committed by Mamata Banerjee government. Whether their arrest a person who raised question in a meeting has been arrested, we have been protesting.
No, Mr. Bhadra, Mr. Bhadra, I am Mr. Bhadra. Mr. Bhadra, the question is not your protest. I am asking you the manner of your protest. Because I clearly remember...
You have asked me where you have been.
You
have asked me where you have been.
Yes, where have you been? Where have you been? I'm asking you again.
So we have protested.
Mr. Bhadra, please
continue to protest.
Mr. Bhadra, please understand and ask your own conscience that when you ask for human rights violations against the Maoists, you are out there on the streets. When a 22-year-old student leader is killed in the manner that he is, you are not out on the streets. There have been thousands of cases like this before. of student clashes.
But
You have
what
not
do
been
you
out
mean?
on the
Today it
streets.
happened.
Your
What do you mean?
human
Today it
rights,
happened.
your human rights, your approach
to
to human rights seems to be selective and works only in the context of Maoist sympathizers and Maoists.
You are completely.
Let me go to Prasanjit. That's my view. It's my perspective.
No, let me answer.
Let's get Prasanjit in.
Arnab, let me answer.
Let's get another panelist since I haven't been to the other panelists.
Distortion of the fact.
1 second.
This is a distortion of the fact and representation of our movement. The completely distortion of the representation of the movement.
That's all right, sir.
No, Arnab, this is very bad. Arnab, very unfair journalism you are making.
Can I say
Very
something?
unfair journalism you are making.
Mr.
Today it
Bhadra.
happened. Tomorrow we are going to investigate the incident. We'll come out with a report. That is our modus operandi.
Sure.
How can you say today it happened and immediately we go on the street? We'll go and investigate tomorrow.
For your information,
Publish our
for your
report,
information,
demand impartial investigation.
for your information.
And demand the police officer must be punished.
Mr. Bhadra, for
Yes,
your information.
That's our modus operandi. That's our modus operandi.
Yeah, and 27
You
people have died.
You cannot distort and abuse human rights movement.
I am not.
You have no right to abuse human rights movement.
The human rights movement must be effective to
You
the
are
cause of
abusing.
human rights of all humans. Of all humans. Not just
Yes,
Maoists
yes,
and Maoist
yes.
sympathizers in
That's
Bengal.
your condemning-
I'm going across to Prasenjit Bose, please, out
No,
here.
no, no,
Prasenjit,
no,
your
no.
comment on what's happened and also the responses so far of Sujata Bhadra.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that this is a clear case of gross human rights violation. This is a custodial death, as Ritobroto was saying. This is a clear case of custodial death. The small bite of the the police official that you showed, it's absolutely absurd things he is saying. That how can a student activist who has been arrested along with many others, how can he die by being hit by a lamppost? This is an incredible version. And I think that the fact that human rights activists like Mr. Bhadra is today saying about some modus operandi, that they will come up with a report, and then what is the credibility of their report? That is not the issue.
Yeah.
When there was things happening under the left, you were not waiting for your modus operandi. You were hitting the streets. May I simply appeal to them, first of all, that they should not adopt double standards, and they should first of all go and join the protest against what has
Who is
happened
they?
today.
Who is
which
they?
going to
Sujata
happen
Bhadra
tomorrow.
and the human rights activists.
Number two, I want to make
Therefore, we are
some
in the channel. Therefore, we are channel. We are protesting.
yeah,
Therefore, we are in the
so
channel.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Therefore, we are in the channel. I am not.
Yeah, okay, good. I don't.
am saying,
Mr. Bhadra, I don't want to fight with you. My fight is not.
Version that even if you accept.
Okay,
assuming
good,
for a
good. I
moment
don't want to
that's
fight
the legal
with you.
argument I am making.
No, don't assume anything. Don't assume anything.
That's a nonsense, Prasenjit.
Yeah, don't assume anything.
Nonsense you
Just
are talking
protest.
about.
Don't assume anything. I don't want to fight with you. I am only saying
we are
that don't
protesting.
assume anything.
What
A
to
young
protest?
student
What
activist
is
has
the human
died.
rights- human
Don't
rights
confuse
organization?
public opinion by assuming anything. But
Yes,
Arnav, I
yes.
wanted to make a different point. I don't want to get into a fight with Mr. Bhadra, who is not very relevant to this debate. I think what needs to be understood is what is happening to democracy in West Bengal today. I think it's a very, very serious matter.
That is your
We
also
have seen,
arrogance.
why is the
That
police
is also
committing...
your arrogance. That I am not relevant. You are only relevant.
Sujata Bhadra,
That's
please.
why
That's
are
a
you fighting with me? I am
Mr.
not
Bhadra,
fighting
1
with
minute.
you. I
Mr.
want to
Bhadra,
make-
Mr. Bhadra, I want to, we can have a difference of opinion, but today actually my heart goes out to that 22-year-old boy. And I really think today that, it's beyond politics, Mr. Bhadra, or individuals. I know that I have asked you
Yeah,
a few
and
straight
Arnav,
questions,
can
but
I-
my
can I
heart
make a-
goes out to his family. Yes, Prasenjit, please continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to make one more point, because I don't think it is about Mr. Bhadra. I think he is quite relevant to this debate. The point is what is happening to democracy in West Bengal. You see, why is the police being able to perpetrate these kind of absolute atrocities today is because you have seen, in the past 1 year, when senior police officers are trying to do their job, they are being transferred. A police officer has been shot dead, and then the police commissioner of Calcutta has been transferred. What is the signal to the police? The signal to the police is that you have to behave like Trinamool Congress cadres. And that is precisely what is happening in West Bengal today. In the name of change, democracy is being completely violated.
I'd
and
like to go
subverted.
next to-
The entire bureaucracy, police machinery has become a stooge of the Trinamool
Nilotpal
Congress.
Basu.
And I think that is a very, very serious matter.
Nilotpal Basu, you see, the question here is, that the police claim is so horribly hypocritical, because an eyewitness account, according to an eyewitness account, his face was so disfigured, Shudipto's, Mr. Nilotpal Basu, that they could not even recognize him, that they found out who he was after seeing his bag. They found out his name after seeing his bag. I cannot understand how somebody can hit a lamppost accidentally and have his face disfigured in such a manner, unless it was a cold-blooded murder.
Arnav, what you are saying is, I think, incomplete, because I saw eyewitnesses, girl activists of the SFI, who pointed out that Shudipto was pushed out. He was being bitten, and a serving police officer was speaking to a regional channel and saying that police had no business to be inside the bus, first of all. Secondly, when he was being pushed out and the speeding bus hit the lamppost and he fell down out of the bus, one police inspector, they told the name also, Sanjay Sen, he came and mercilessly beat up that boy who was helpless, and it is because of profuse bleeding that he died. And the other grotesque aspect of the whole issue is when he was taken to the hospital, they took 1 long hour to even start the treatment. By the time they did so, he was already no more. And I think the point that Prosenjit was making is very, very relevant. To see, if the Chief Minister presides over an administration which is not only callous, it is calculated in attacking the opposition, not just the left, other political parties also, and giving a free hand to the antisocials. If the police minister and the chief minister goes to a police station to rescue a goon who has been rounded up by the police, what will happen? If somebody is raped and the police minister and the chief minister says that this is fake, when her own party councillors, ironically, today students were protesting the disbanding of the students' unions, and what provoked this decision by the government? It was open thuggery by leaders of our party in Garden Reach College. There was no student around. It is the thugs of the Trinamool Congress, including the councillor, who directed their goons to fire on the police officer who died on duty.
Ashok.
And you see, another councillor is at large. So if the administration runs like this, this is what happens. And
this kind of situation, Mr. Basu,
trampling of the law by the government itself.
Yeah, Mr. Basu, you see, this kind of situation often emerges when the police feel they are going to get some medal for beating up the opposition. And unfortunately, I get that kind of a sense here, because I don't know. Ashok, the straightforward question is this, that would the Kolkata police have the courage or the intention to take on their own ruling party workers if they were protesting? Would they want to? I mean, not that I'm asking them to. My question is, they would not lay their hand on a Trinamool Congress worker. And in this particular case, what is the need? What is the need, Ashok Vishwanathan, to lathi charge a protester courting arrest? Why do you beat up a person who is courting arrest? I have never in the world heard of something like this.
I must mention 2 or 3 things straight away. I'm deeply shocked, as you are, by this incident. But what must be stressed is the fact that the police have been always acting as lackeys of the government. And as you rightly pointed out, they wouldn't have the courage to take any such action or any action close to this if it was a Trinamool kind of a protest. Secondly, I tend to agree with Mr. Nilotpal Basu when he says that there is lawlessness. There's a culture of lawlessness and a culture of impunity given to people who are protected by the police. And this has happened in the Garden Reach incident where, as it was mentioned, police officer was killed, and there was somebody who was in the administration who was absconding. And if he was not culpable, why would he be absconding? So there's very, very unnatural and a deplorable state of affairs so far as student politics and the involvement of politicians.
No, you are trying to
and the
balance
police
it out, Ashok.
in the self-same
Ashok, you are trying to
politics.
balance it out. I am trying to be very specific, and unfortunately, I feel that you are trying to balance it out. I am asking you here today, the police has thrashed
So,
a
in what
22
way do you see that I'm balancing it
No,
out?
I feel you're balancing out because what you're trying to say today, which you're not completely incorrect, is that generally the police have been lackeys. I am asking you today, as of today, the 2nd of April 2013, an incident has happened. Let's not broad base it. You know, if you want to make it an issue of the left also did it, so they are also doing it, so they're all the same. I feel that's the direction in which you're trying to take the discussion. I am asking about Sudipto Datta.
No, I don't want to go into that. I don't want to quote incidents of police atrocities during the left front regime. I'm not doing that. I'm sticking to this particular incident. I'm saying that it's a deplorable incident. It shows irresponsibility. I agree with the fact that the incident happened when the student was in police custody, literally. It was irresponsible, it was callous, it was brutal, and it cannot be condoned under any circumstances, even if such events have occurred
No, but
in
it's
the past.
happening repeatedly. No, where is civil society? Where is the civil society in Kolkata? As Kolkata goes amok, lawlessness
people are not
reaches.
protesting. I don't know why. They should protest.
People
are keeping quiet. They should protest.
What has happened in Kolkata today?
Organized hoodlums.
No, where are the people
This is the
of
action of
Kolkata?
organized hoodlums. And they're also putting up versions, as Shujato Bhadra rightly pointed out. The version that the police is giving out seems to be a version which they have prepared. And it doesn't seem to hold water either.
The police version is an Alice in Wonderland version. It cannot even deserve to be taken seriously. I am asking the Kolkata Police Commissioner if he is watching the program today. Can you believe, Mr. Commissioner, that somebody collides next to a lamppost and his face gets disfigured? And what business do your people have to lathi charge somebody who is courting protest? It just does not add up. Yes, Prosenjit.
Can I make an additional point?
Yes, Prosenjit.
Yeah, you see, I think there is a slight, we are going slightly on the tangent, as if the police is, it doesn't have any boss, it doesn't have any, there is nobody in the government who is responsible. As if, it is in the nature of the police to do it, they have done it earlier, they are doing it now. No, I think that governments are to be held accountable. Who is the police minister? It is the chief minister of the state. A student has died in police custody. Has the chief minister come forward and made any statement so far?
Not so
It is
far.
absolutely atrocious. And unfortunately, many members of the civil society who were at the drop of a hat demanding accountability and resignation and so on and so forth of the earlier regime for good reasons. But they are silent today. Why are they only criticizing
Respond
the
once
police?
again, Sujata
Why are
Bhadra and
they
Ashok
criticizing
Vishwanathan. The
chief
question is
minister
being
and the
put to you
Trinamool
both.
Congress?
Respond.
That is the main point.
Explain your silence, says Prosenjit.
No, I agree. Can I just say one thing? I agree with Prosenjit. I agree that if the government is equally culpable and a statement was expected certainly, unless the jamboree, that is the IPL, which I certainly do not consider to be anything close to cricket, gains precedence over this event. The fact that a student leader, even if he were not a student leader, even if he were not a student, the fact that a person has died when he tried to make a point is value enough for someone to come out with a statement condemning the police action. The fact that the government has not done it is extremely deplorable.
But Prosenjit's asking more. He's saying, where's the civil society? Where are the people today? Why do they not get outraged? That's his question here today.
Yeah, I've answered. I am not represent. Yes, I am not a representative of the entire civil society of West Bengal. What I can argue, we are condemning the incident. Whatever the weather statement government given, it is a clear case of custodial death. It has to be an impartial, fair investigation. Should not be done by the higher police official. Should be done by ex-judges of the High Court or some important prominent jury.
Or no, can I say
Yes,
something?
Nilotpal Basu.
All over India.
Mr. Basu.
Inquiry into it.
Or no, first of all,
Mr. Basu saying
first
something.
of all, through your channel, I must tell the audience.
One incident. This
That-
has been a sequence of incidents. If you include
Sure,
the
which is
incident,
more
if you
reason
include
why
the kind of lawlessness that is there
Ashok,
on
which is
the
more
campus,
reason
it's
why-
not just a one-off incident.
Which is
So
more
one has to
reason
take
why
cognizance
if
of the
this is
fact
not-
the trend
Arnav.
is extremely deplorable.
It's not a one-off, and that's why this question is.
Or no,
being put to you
I
tonight.
want to make a short point.
Yes, Mr. Basu.
Or no, yeah, my first point is through you, I must inform your audience that the left front has demanded formally a judicial inquiry into the incident because of the basic principle that those who are facing allegations cannot be the investigators at the same time, because it's very clear that police is really dishing out a completely unbelievable story. The second point is, you see, what is more painful is we did not have this situation ever in West Bengal, that as you were saying, a young boy has died and the chief minister, she is also the police minister. She has not shown any compunction to even utter a single sentence of condolence.
Not one word.
And she is enjoying the IPL inaugural. And this is as bad as it can be. I mean, it is very painful for me to be a citizen, to be a Calcuttan, and having cherished my dear old city. I mean, this is one of the most painful days in my life. I mean, of course, because I am a former SFI activist, my heart goes out for this young boy.
It is a point of serious
but you see,
concern.
I want to say one thing very clear. If the government thinks that they can stifle the voice of protest by unleashing this kind of terror, they are mistaken, and people, right-thinking people, will definitely enforce accountability.
Well, accountability is the key here, but we've not seen one word from the Mamata Banerjee government. Times Now is following the story. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on that debate.